Viviendo su propio destino. Vamos a ver lo que sucede. Invader #1 against the great Kamala. And Bobby, we have to explain to the fans that previous to this match, the Invader I was injured and the doctor had warned him not to wrestle against Kamala. He did not listen to the advice by the doctor, and he still went into the ring. The referee did not even want to start this match officially.
Well, I'll tell you right now, you know something, Svinovich? If a man like that goes to the ring injured against a man like Kamala, then I'll tell you something, brother, he deserves what he gets.
The Ugandan giant, over 400 pounds, and when he sees blood, you know he's after it.
He just goes wild. This man, like you say, 450-some pounds, just one big, devastating man. And I'll tell you something, brother, from Uganda, you can tell he's hitting him hard, he's hitting him heavy, and he's busted him open, and his blood is running freely down the face of the Invader.
All kinds of chops all over the head and forehead, another headbutt right to the center of the Invader I. He's trying to fight back, but he doesn't have that much power.
No, he's got no power whatsoever at all. He's weak, he's hurt, he's trying. I realize he's in front of his people in Puerto Rico, and he's trying to prove to them that he's as good as the man that he's fighting, but right now, he's not that good.
The Invader I down, Kamala all over the Invader I, referee is Thomas Marin. And Kamala all over the forehead, and the blood is just gushing out from the head and forehead of the Invader I.
That's right. You know, you take a look, the referee there is trying to warn him. Kamala doesn't understand. He don't even really care, I don't think. I think all he's caring about right now is injuring the Invader #1.
Kamala has been disqualified so many times in his wrestling career. He's always out to hurt people.
A disqualification to the Kamala is a win in his category, because he doesn't, like I say, he doesn't understand. Look at the Invader, blood running right down his chest. The man's definitely hurt. Kamala is like an animal. He senses he's got a wounded animal, and he's going right after him.
A good chop by the Invader I, but just barely moves the giant. He's a bloody mess, and Kamala going after his prey. And what about that kick? For a man of that weight, he really moves fast.
He's an agile man, and like I say, he just likes beating people up. And you take a look at a guy like the Invader don't like getting beat up, but there ain't nothing to do about it now.
If there's one match that I would love to see, is a clash between Kamala and Abdullah the Butcher.
Oh, that'd be a match of the century, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be something? Maybe we'll have it on the next EG video, huh?
I would like to see that one. Kamala, meanwhile, all over the Invader I. The referee wanted to stop the match. The blood gushing out. Here's the referee telling him if he stops the match. But he says no, he wants to continue. And I think here is where, in professional wrestling, the referee should be more in control. If he sees something like this, I think the referee should stop the match.
No. You're forgetting one thing, Hugo Savinovich.
People like you love to hurt people,
A
right?
referee's in there to count 1, 2, 3. He's not in there to dictate if somebody's hurt or if somebody's not hurt. So I'll tell you something right now. The only thing that referee's going to do is if he gets this scrawny little frame in front of somebody like me or Kamala is get hurt.
Kamala all over the Invader #1. And he looks like a butcher chopping some meat right now.
Well, I'm telling you something right now, Hugo Savinovich. He is bleeding and bleeding profusely. This man, Invader, I'm going to tell you right now, he hasn't got much strength left in his body because of the way the blood's flowing out of him, he's getting awful weak.
Kamala all over the Invader I. The referee, I think the referee is even more scared than the wrestling fans are.
I'll tell you something. See, there's Kamala. Takes the blood off the Invader's head and licks it. There's a man that don't care. There's a man that don't care. There's a man.
You see that blood just coming out from his tongue.
That's the kind of man this Kamala is. Kamala don't care. He wants to beat people up. You see, he's a non-stop machine, Hugo. Since this match started, he's been just constantly beating the Invader's head in.
The Invader I in trouble, his life in danger right now. The fans are concerned, and the referee should stop the match.
Well, I'll tell you something. I don't think any wrestling match should be stopped for any reason.
And he looks like Kamala is just warming up right now.
Kamala, that's right. Kamala's just, you know, he's a big old boy. He don't care. Nobody going to tell him what to do. He goes where he wants and does what he wants when he wants.
Well, first of all, I don't think he will understand what the referee tells him. I only think two people could make him understand. One is Friday, another one is the Arabian manager, Skander Akbar.
And I'll tell you, you don't see either one of them at ringside, do you, Hugo Savinovich?
Well,
so in other words,
they were barred from ringside.
I think Invader's got a lot of problems right now.
Invader I throwing some chops, but with no energy in his body.
Well, when you bled as bad as he's bleeding right now, Hugo, I'll tell you something. He hasn't got much energy left in that whole little body of his.
Why is the referee not stopped? Well, here he is.
The referee just
signals
stopped
for the bell, and it's all over.
The referee couldn't take it anymore. He couldn't watch the man. See, the man, I think maybe the Invader asked him, please stop this, I'm hurt too bad. But I don't think that's the way a wrestler should do it. Fight until you pin somebody, or fight until a man submits. Anything, you go out there and stop it because he's hurt too bad. He's not hurt that bad.
Well, the Invader I didn't want the match to be stopped, but obviously there's no reason for the referee to allow it to continue, as Invader I was never had a fair chance to fight against Kamala, because even when you are in great shape.
He had a fair chance, Hugo Savinovich. He had a fair chance. He climbed into the ring. Bodily, he climbed in the ring to wrestle the man, so he had a fair chance.
He's trying to go to the top rope for that splash.
Well, I'll tell you something, that referee might just get kicked right in the face.
The great Kamala declared victorious. The Invader #1 down on the mat. He's not moving.
I'll tell you something right now. He's hurt. He's hurt pretty bad. But I'll tell you something. Right there is a prime example of why referees have too much authority.
Kamala wanting to come back. The referee signals to Kamala to leave the ring area, and the Invader I is not moving. Here comes the doctor in the ring while Kamala goes back into the dressing room. The doctor.
Now, this is the same doctor that didn't want him to wrestle because of an injury in a previous match, if you remember right.
Dr. Hector Gonzalez now. He's very concerned. The Invader I is not moving, and the blood is just gushing out from the face, forehead, and head of the Invader I.
Well, the Invader has been lacerated bad in the head. As you can see right there, he's checking the eyes. He knows the man's been injured. He's trying to find out where he's bleeding the most and trying to stop the bleeding. And Hector can't do nothing right there. The doctor, he can't do anything until he gets a little more help in there.
A bloody mess. This is what happens in professional wrestling when you fight against somebody like Abdullah the Butcher, somebody like Kamala, who are in the ring not for a pinfall, but to destroy your opponent.
Or somebody like Hangman Bobby Jaggers. You get that from me too once in a while, don't you?
Well, I have seen you use the whip on occasions.
On occasions, that's right. And I'll tell you something, brother. Where the Invader's at right now, you've never seen or never will see Hangman Bobby Jaggers carried out of a wrestling ring on a stretcher.
Fans, bloody matches in the World Wrestling Council is just part of every day's competition. The toughest man from all over the world come down to the Caribbean and all around the world to compete under the banner of the World Wrestling Council. You have seen such a clash here as Kamala victorious over the Invader I. And I think it's fair to note that the Invader I was injured prior to this match.
That's right. We've already stated that Hugo Savinovich, the doctor, had warned Invader I not to go back into the ring that night because he had been injured previous. Invader I, being from his hometown in Puerto Rico, wanting to go back in front of the people. And ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at the end product of that pride.
Bloody matches continues now as we are going to take you now to the third match. Sensational Al Perez taking on Abdullah the Butcher.